Hey everyone, this is Michael Risk with Expanding Capacity. We're going to hop into a squatting routine and we're going to focus specifically on our mid back, also known as our core. Like every other part of the body, it has a three-dimensional role. And every single time we have to squat or lower ourselves toward the ground, we want to make sure that your body works as best as it possibly can. Just a quick little outline for today. We're going to start with just a few breaths. We'll get up and perform some litmus tests to establish our starting point. We'll go through a short constructive routine, and then we'll circle back at the end just to see if our routine was effective. All right, so let's start with our 3 deep breaths in through the nose. That just may be the best part of the whole routine. All right, let's get to it. So we want to start with a posture scan. So feet just about hip width apart, arms nice and relaxed. Go eyes closed and just pay attention to the position of your shoulders. And they're either going to be relatively rounded, neutral, or chest out. I'm feeling more shoulders rounded at the start here. Okay, and now we want to go through a squat matrix. We want to just assess what's our ability to squat well. And we're going to exaggerate it by moving in 3 planes of motion. So let's just start by twisting the hips to the left for 5, 4. Just pay attention to the overall quality of the movement. And we'll use this at the end to recheck and track some improvement to the right. Interestingly, my right hip's been a little bit stiffer this week in the rotational plane, but it's actually feeling pretty good. And now let's just go for alternating sides. So we'll go for 5, 5, 4, 4. Alternating sides is nice because it establishes a tempo and a rhythm. And we get the whole body on board as we use a little bit of momentum. All right, so now let's change the plane of motion. We're going to slide the hips to the left as we squat. This side for me this week has been the limited side sliding. I'm definitely feeling more access to more range, which is pretty reassuring. All right, to the right now. So yeah, this is definitely still freer, but my left side is freer than it's been just a couple days ago. Okay, now let's alternate. So we're going to go for 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place left foot slightly ahead of the right, just a half a foot length. So the toes on the right are lined up with the arch on the left. We're going to go knees forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, now let's just put left foot, right foot ahead of the left, and we'll drive 5, 4, 3. This has been my limited side, but it's really balancing out nicely after just a couple of days of focused work. All right, let's switch back to the left stride, and now we're going to go hips back. So we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, now just the right foot just slightly ahead. We're going to slide the hips back for 5, 4, 3, 2. Also an improvement for me, 1. Okay. So what we're doing is working. We just have to go through the reps. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to focus on what the core is doing. Now, when we squat, we're typically reaching for something. It's not always linear, straight down. Sometimes it's across the body. So we need our core to be able to move in all 3 planes in order to have an effective functional squat. All right. So we're going to start by rotating with the squat. So you're just going to place your hands, your left hand on your left side of your rib cage, right? Your right hand just going to be there as a backup. And every time you squat, you're just going to add a little bit of a twist to the left. Okay, so ready? So we're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7. Three more here. 3, 2. Now we're going to hold the last one. 1, and let's just pulse. 10, 9, 8. So I'm pulsing into both the squat as well as the rotation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's switch that over. So right hand goes under the rib cage. All right, I'm going to be pulling back to the right as I squat. So we go for 10, 9, 8, 5, 4. So one hand's pulling and one hand's pushing. 3, 2, hold the last one. Hold, ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now what we want to do is we're going to change the plane of motion. We're going to go into the sliding plane. So the way we're going to do that is you're going to place the hand on the left side of the rib cage again, okay, just like you had it before. The other hand's going to come under, and actually your hand's going to be a little bit more, you're just going to move from the side, just from the front, around the corner to the side a little bit. You're going to drop down, you're going to scoop right under the ribs, and you're going to lift up on this side, just like so. Let me give you another angle. So again, the hands are there. I'm just scooping under the ribs as if I want to lift my rib cage on the left side. All right, now as I do that, I'm going to squat and slide my hips a little bit to the left. So we go for 10, 9. As my hips slide, my pelvis drops down, and me lifting my rib cage with my hands, I get a really nice core separation on that left side. Feels good. 9. Let's go one more here. Hold. Okay, ready? So for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So now we're going to switch that over. Just as a reminder, you come to the side of the ribs, you're going to reach down, use both hands to lift the rib cage up on the right side. So it causes your body to bend to the left. Okay, and so now we're going to slide and squat the hips to the right as we lift the ribs. Let's go for 10, 9, 8. You can even put your hands right like under your shirt on your skin. That'll usually give you like a better grip. So go for 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Okay, so 10, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So that's 2 planes down, 1 to go. Now we want to go into what's called the sagittal plane. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take the hands, we're going to pull the elbows up just like so. All right. Now, what's really helpful is if you're close to a wall, all right, you're just going to touch your elbows to the wall. And from here, what you're going to do is you're going to squat down. Now, as you lower down, because your elbows are fixed, it forces you more into this rounded position. That's called spinal flexion. That stimulates the entire back side of your body, the back core, okay? So pull the elbows up to the point where you have to bend forward a little bit, right? When you lift the arms, that naturally happens. Just allow that move to happen. Get to where you can comfortably. From that position, touch the elbows, all right? And we're just going to squat nice and easy. We're just letting gravity do the work here. Keep the elbows fixed. 8, 7, 6. You want your back to round here. That's really important. Many times when we squat, we're told to keep our back flat. That is not a healthy way to squat. I mean, it depends on the activity, but We want our spine to flex. It has an ability to flex, so we want to flex it, hold it. Okay, ready? Pulse. 9, 8. I'm feeling really good stimulation on the backside of my core. Feels like some stretching. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. And now what we want to do is we want to flip the strategy. We want the spine to extend now. And so the way we do that is we're going to reach the hands up. They don't have to be perfectly overhead, but at least something like this, right? And so from here, what I'm going to do is you can place my hands on the wall. And as I squat down, I'm obviously not going to get real far, right? But the key is that my spine is extending. And this is actually really great for stimulating your abdomen. You know, core length creates core strength. So one thing that I'll mention here is as my hands are fixed, I'm tilting my pelvis back, because with my hands up and my pelvis back, I'm getting good length through my abdomen, and that's what stimulates my core. All right, so let's go for 10 more here. Okay, so hands up. All right, and then stick the butt out. You want to tilt it out. It doesn't matter how low you get. The goal is not to go through a humongous range of motion here. Either I'm getting really excited or it's warm in here. Okay, one more here. Hold, okay. Now, pulse, 9, 8. I just want to show this from the side so you can see my butt's, I'm sticking it out and I want to tilt back, okay? That's the most important part of the move. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Okay, so now let's go back to our squat matrix. Let's see if we got a change in our ability to squat. Okay, so we're going to go hands on hips. We're going to start by sliding the hips to the left. The first thing that I notice here is, number one, my hip is less sore than it was at the beginning. And 2, there's a nice springy quality to the movement. All right, now I'm going to go to the right. And this same thing. It almost feels like I'm loading into a slingshot and it's springing me back to the center. It's a great feeling. All right, now let's go alternating sides. 5, 4. You know, and the reason that we exaggerate movements like this is so that when you just go to live your normal day-to-day life, the movements are easier, right? I actually went in the wrong plane of motion first, but it doesn't matter because we're going to check all 3. So now we're going to go through the rotational. Actually, I'll try this one facing you. So now what we're going to do is we're going to twist. You're going to twist to your left. So I'll twist to my right so it looks like a mirror. So this is the side that has been more limited, but I wouldn't even know. If this was day 1 squatting for me, I would have no idea that this was the limited side. It feels completely available to me. Let's go the other way. I also had a little bit of soreness in this hip at the beginning, and that's feeling much better. All right, and ready? Now let's alternate. So we go 1, 1. So we're squatting, but we're just adding a little bit of a twist to it. What's nice is this is feeding down into the feet. So you get the arch, 1 arch lifts, 1 arch lowers. It's a whole body movement. All right, and any of the freedom that you're experiencing is because you've expanded the capacity of your core. So all of this energy that you're feeling now on the other side of this is because that was energy that was trapped in the core because of movement limitation. So now what we're going to do is let's go left foot ahead of the right. And we're going to go knees forward for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, other way. So let's go right foot slightly ahead of the left. Yeah, it feels like I'm almost like dipping into a trampoline and it's just bouncing me back to the beginning. A nice elastic feeling. Let's go back to the left lead. Now we're going to go hips back. Way freer here. 3. And what's nice is I'm not trying any harder. It's just I'm moving more efficiently. And that's how we get ahead. And that's how the body heals itself. So now let's go right foot ahead. So we go for 5, 4, 3, 2. Yes, good stuff, good stuff. All right, so let's go back to our posture scan. You know, I did the 180 here. I went from the shoulders rounded to more I'm at a full chest out position now. Let's just finish with 3 deep breaths with our eyes closed. All right, thank you so much for your time and your attention. The most important thing you want to remember is when you notice side-by-side differences, those are called imbalances, and that is the root cause of stiffness, pain, and discomfort. So if you're feeling any dis-ease in your movement, it's not necessary. In many times, you can move your body in certain ways to expand what your body is capable of doing. The best way to reduce pain is to expand capacity. That's what we're doing here every day with these lives. Now I'm going to be hopping into a community chat with my members, helping them troubleshoot what we found today. So we'd love to have you join us in the community. It's school.com/expanding capacity. Cheers.